to Devils United. This time we'll be doing a watch-along for the Champions League final, which is Barcelona versus Lyon. I've got Andy today doing the watch-along with me. Andy, how are you?
Great, really pleased to be on. Glad you had me. Want me. Yeah, looking forward to this one. Just coming on now, isn't it? You can see it's a nice, pretty full stadium, and it should be a great game, as we discussed earlier in the week on the preview show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this one's actually in Italy, in the Juventus Stadium, and they're actually booing the Champions League final, both for the men and the women, at the same stadium as well. So that's good.
Yeah, no, definitely. And I'm just seeing a great banner there of Alexia Putellas as a superwoman, and it looks like there's a proper football crown, less Teddy Bear's Picnic tonight.
A lot of Lyon fans I'm seeing at the moment.
I think I read that Barca outnumber them 3-1, but maybe the Spanish just take a bit longer to get into the stadium.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. A few people's already in the chat. Hey there to Helen. I hope you're well. Hello to my queen. I hope you're well. And hello to Vincent. He's hoping that Manchester United should have been in the final and we would have won 4-0. You can always dream that. One day, Vincent, I think that could be the case. One day. Shall we go through the lineup?
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah. So I'm just distracted by these really weird long to have pulled out. Anyway, let's look at the lineup. Stick to the football.
Yeah, we'll go first with the Barcelona lineup. We'll go with the better team. So here's the lineup here for Barcelona. So they've gone for a 4-3-3 formation. They've got a very good lineup there, haven't they? And
yeah, I mean, it's like looking at a chef doing their work, isn't it? It's a top right. Sandra Paños, Spanish number 1. Jenny Hermoso, Spanish captain. Alexia, current Ballon d'Or winner. Rodfall, I can't say that word. That's interesting. Number 16. She's always been quite a bit of a threat. Interesting idea from the bench as well, if needed. You've got Pina. Yeah, you've also got Pina. She's a little pocket rocket. She has got a lot of energy, and if needed, should be great.
Is another one.
Yeah. That's what I mean. You could go down the list with these people, to be honest.
Mm-hmm. Such a strong lineup there as well, and knowing that Barcelona do have another cup final ahead of them in a couple of days' time, they have gone very, very strong. But they did, of course, beat the record last year as the first Spanish team to win the Champions League.
Yeah, it's a Champions League, isn't it? I know they've got a semi-final of the Copa del whatever it's called, but this is the Champions League, and I'm sure they'd take this over any other cup, to be honest.
Yeah, exactly. To Helen's question, I'm always nervous when Manchester United play. I am always nervous, but I'm very well, thank you, and I'm glad you're okay. Looking at that Barcelona team, I actually don't think there's anything I would really change about it. I think it's extremely strong. Is there anything in particular what you would change?
It is the strongest team. They've had a little play since they won the league. They've been sort of one of the things that Barca do, and I know they wouldn't have done it in this game, but they do switch the goalkeepers around. There is a number 1 and number 2, but they do use them more often than just like cup and league like you do over here. And they have played a lot more of their youngsters in the league recently. They've still won, but it was more like 2-1 or 3-1 instead of 10-1 kind of situation. I'd say that's their strongest team, and it'd be interesting to see. I mean, especially with Pina on the bench, that's I think Jonathan, the coach, that's him keeping something back if needed, because they were a bit wobbly against Wolfsburg in the second leg. Obviously, they still overall won it because they did enough in the first leg. But I think it's quite an interesting one. We should look at Lyon now and compare it.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. I completely agree with that. And another thing as well, what strikes me, because we've seen that Jenny has played a bit as a midfielder just to help out at the back. And we've put her as a striker this time. And I think that can cause some big, massive threats there for Lyon's back four.
Yeah, I mean, she's the top of the game, and it's going to be interesting as well with some of the overtones of Euros in summer. Players of that level know each other. They might sort of get a bit of a tackle in to remind them that they're on the game. I mean, Hermoso, as well as being very, very cool, it knows what she's doing in tackles. She's quite strong in the tackle. Alexia is very, very obviously good being the Ballon d'Or winner, but she's also very good at getting a penalty like any player really at that level. I think back to the first game where VAR was introduced, which again might come into play tonight for Real Madrid, where literally she got there was I don't know if it was her or some others, but it was a very light touch, and it was given. So again, that's another element for tonight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, before we go through to Lyon's starting 11, we will quickly go through to the comments. Hey there to Static, I hope you're well. Yeah, we'll certainly enjoy the game. Hey there to Jade. She has no clue, but she'll back Barcelona. Good idea. You're backing the better team.
It's a good game to watch if you have no clue, because it is literally the top level of the women's game.
Yeah, the two best teams in Europe.
The type of play that they play is quite enjoyable to watch. Barca generally, I don't want to curse ourselves here, but Barca generally score, as do Lyon. And it should be a really good, game if you like attacking football.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Helena said, if teams can rotate, it helps a lot through the season, especially when games come thick and fast. Yeah. And I do agree with that completely. And just saying hi to Jade. So we'll go now to Lyon's starting 11 here. So we've got a couple of good players there, a couple of what strike my mind. Hegerberg. We've got as well Wendy Renard, who is actually out of contract. So that's playing as a 4-2-3-1 formation.
Oh Jesus, we should be watching Mark Skinner.
You know me with my 4-2-3-1. I'm not amused.
Interesting points on here to highlight. I'd say obviously Ada Hedenberg, the first ever Ballon d'Or winner for the women, top player, been out for 2 years, mainly with an ACL injury. But again, really, really good. Said some interesting things to have a go at Barcelona, saying that great football was played before Barcelona. It was played here, i.e. Lyon, which we like to see. Obviously Henri is a top French national. You just pop it back onto the thing. Renard is a current French captain. Ellie Carpenter is a top Australian. Again, very heavy into in the midfield in the Matildas, and Lindsay Horan, I believe, came from Portland Thorns. Again, one of their top players previously. So it obviously is a top of the top. Replacements, Daniel van der Donk. That will be memorable to a lot of people. Interesting, no. Looking at it, there's no one really there you would expect not to be there, and obviously it's a full bench as well, isn't it? But Van der Donk, I suppose, is the interesting one as well.
Yeah, Van der Donk for me, that was the one what really surprised me the most, because I actually think Van der Donk is an absolute brilliant Netherlands international. She's played at the highest level also, so I'm pretty surprised we actually haven't seen her start.
You could say though that she's Pina being kept behind, if needed, or to get fresh legs on. I mean, obviously it's a final tonight, so if they do cancel each other out, and let's hope we don't, then you are going to need those extra legs and that experience going towards the sort of latter half of the game if we get to extra time.
Mm-hmm. Looking at that starting 11, though, do you feel worried?
I feel, to be honest, excited, because I really do think it's essentially, diamond v diamond. It's rock v rock. It's as equal. They're very, very strong teams. You could say that they can't really be separated. Possibly Barca's a little bit stronger. So it just very much depends on the mentality as well. Lyon have won this competition, I believe, 10 times. We looked at the heads-to-head in a recent preview show, but Lyon have won more games over Barca than Barca have over Lyon. Barca have only ever actually won the Champions League once, which was last year. Mm-hmm. So, it's an interesting one. Just TJ there about DVD. Yeah, possibly we need to follow a little bit closer to the French League next season, I think.
Yeah, we do.
But yeah, it's a good insight there.
Yeah. That could potentially be true. I suppose if she is still coming back off her injury, you don't particularly want to rush her into such an important game, because you need to have your fittest players in that starting 11, because even if you had one unfit player, especially Barcelona, they could easily sniff that out.
Yeah, and I think everyone's hurting at this time of the year. It's late May. People, especially the Spanish, who play a lot more games than we do, and a lot more games than the French do as well. Everybody's a bit tired, but it's getting over that hump for the ultimate prize at the end of the day, isn't it? As they profile the rest. Refs should be an interesting one today as well, because normally for the big games where they can't avoid any mess ups, to be polite, they put Stephanie Rapport in, but they can't because she's French. So they've really just gone for a bit of a randomer. So it'll be interesting to see how they would deal with the pressure in the final, and obviously a full stadium like that.
Exactly. It's about to start in just a moment time as well. Nippon and Rabbit, hello there in the chat. So it looks like they're deciding now with Renard and Alexia who is going to do the kickoff.
Yeah.
Look at Renard though; she's like so tall next to Alexia.
I just think she's a beast. I mean, it's just like it's like anybody who's tall, in the women's game particularly, they get such an advantage. But Alexia's not short either. I mean, we might be able to look at the stats in a bit. But
maybe Renard might be just like really, really tall though.
Well, she's got a lot of hair like me, so she's maybe she gets a few inches a bit because it sort of bumps it up a little bit.
When I'm looking at the starting 11 though, when it does come to the TV, it's shown as a 4-3-3, but on actual Lyon's Twitter, it's shown as a 4-2-3-1. So that's interesting on how Lyon might come, because they might be a bit like, we'll start off as the 4-2-3-1 and then blend into the 4-3-3.
Well, as we've discussed in relation to United, 4-2-3-1 is a defensive formation. So it depends if they're expecting Barca to come out all guns blazing. So they might drop into that initially, or whether or not they want to go and do it all guns blazing. Also, to be honest, if I'm absolutely honest, it depends if Datsun are taking the feed from from the Spanish or from the Italians, or obviously ITV, because it might be they're essentially guessing. You do get that in a women's game. They don't get the formations as right. So I would probably go with Lyon, but obviously you're very good at seeing it. You've got an eye for these things, so we'll tell you in a couple of minutes what formation they're playing in.
Yeah. Finally, before we kick off, score prediction.
I can't see past Barca 3-2.
I've gone for the same 3-2 to Barcelona. I'm going for 3-2. Okay. I really can see can really see it, but it's kicked off now. Fingers crossed for the win for Barcelona, and they lift their second Champions League title in 2 seasons. It'd be quite an achievement.
Yeah, it is. And I think obviously I've got a soft spot for Barca. I watched some of the Monata Sports for the Prima Femidora, which is their league, and they're just great to watch. I just really enjoy watching the football. And Lyon, I've come a bit late to the party on, but once you get the back stories, you start cheering for the players, don't you? Oh, that's interesting.
Free kick already there for Lyon.
Is that head? I know it's Lindsay Horan who's down. Let's have a look at that.
She looks like she's already had a little bit of an injury though from a leg.
Yeah, 6 of one, half a dozen the other for me on that. But because she did catch her, but she wasn't as strong of a contact as Barca made that.
Yeah, it wasn't that strong at all. And for everyone, the timer is in the top right-hand corner, so we're on 2 minutes at the moment.
Yeah, first time I've seen Sonia Bombastador as well. He's apparently quite a big name in France. She's looking pretty chilled out there, which is what you want
to be.
Which is what you want to say. And to be honest, to call me old-fashioned, I get in trouble on the sidelines at United. I like to see the managers standing up, actually, in the actual box, and not just sitting there chilling out, because it's game time. I like to see my manager standing up and walking around when they're not 1-0 down. But let's see. Hopefully, she's not just done that early. Yeah, free kick from Leo. Ooh,
nothing's been done to that free kick. It went wide.
It's a sighter, wasn't it?
You can see what she was doing though. She was wanting to go for goal, which is fair enough. Yes, Nippon, the game has now been kicked off. We're 2 minutes in.
Yeah, I don't know if TJ's UK based. Yeah, you can watch it on Datsun, and we're watching it on ITV, which is what it's been simulcasted on in the UK. So whichever's easiest for you, I reckon, if you can use a VPN or something like that.
Yeah, definitely. It's just a bit more quicker on the TV, isn't it?
Yeah, and a bit easier for us because I've got a TV over there and a laptop over here instead of me looking a bit. Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah, Barcelona has got Renard there. That was very good.
It's interesting as well because of all the fire. I never understand fireworks when it's not dark. It's kind of pointless because you can't
see them.
Can't see anything. So all they've really got is it kind of looks like everybody's had a good smoke before kickoff, like rather than, it's like, it's a little bit like that, unfortunately, at the moment. So maybe that again, just for visibility, just settling themselves down. But yeah, it looks like that Lyon are quite happy to check in the early exchanges to sort of let Barca have the ball, which is quite dangerous.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's just a bit more sideward passing at the moment, though, with Barcelona. Perhaps but they're going a little bit more forward now. Perhaps maybe they want to get them when they least expect it.
Yeah, Barcelona, what they do, and it's really, really clever, and I wish, as I say, certain WSL teams will look at it, is that they kind of turn the screws. So, like, essentially, a team might feel like that they're kind of keeping them at bay, but they slowly push further and further into the opposition's half when they sort of go for the ball. And then before you know it, everybody's on the 18-yard box and they score. So they kind of just like add the pressure slowly and tire the opposition out in less opposition than Lyon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. No one's really, I know it's only a couple of minutes in, but no one's had that clear chance at the moment. I think that free kick from Lyon was the best opportunity there was.
Yeah,
that was good defending there from Barcelona. It was in the box, but we knew that they were going to put a cross in Lyon.
Yeah, completely. It looks like, I think, to be honest, they're probably just settling themselves down, especially their experience in the second leg. It's a big game. It's a big stage. All right, a lot of those players have been on that stage before on both sides, but it's still good to settle down and to sort of get ready to play your football. Oh, that's interesting, isn't it? A great, very, very much a Roy, you talk about the Legends game in the comments there, very much a Roy Keane-esque tackle then by Lyon.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. It was it was very good tackle there off Lyon, but I just think that Barcelona was just a little bit late in releasing a pass because they should have passed it a couple of seconds before.
I'll tell you what as well. I think Sabrina Weigman, rather, the England coach, needs to be taking notes about Heddenberg because we play Norway in the Euros. Whoa! Whoa!
What was a goal there from Lyon?
Wow! You are slightly ahead of me. I was referring to the 2-footed tackle before.
Wow, that was an absolute cracking goal there from Lyon. So
Panyos looks angry. I'm not surprised. It made it look a bit mediocre, that, to be honest.
That was a very good strike.
Because it was definitely 2-footed, but normally European refs don't like the 2-footed tackles, even if you get the ball. So it'd be interesting to see. You're getting a replay now. Oh, no, actually, wasn't it? It was just a follow leg, wasn't it? It looked 2-footed when I first saw it.
I don't think it was a free kick worth, though, in my opinion. I think it was just very good defending there of Henry.
Yeah, what a fantastic see. They look. I don't know if you're used to the men's game. I'm not used to VAR. But yeah, no.
VAR's poo. Let's just say.
No, because they're showing the replay so much, and obviously we've got the commentary muted, so it's hard to tell if they've given it. Looks like they might have done. Yeah, I think they have done. Right, okay. Well, there you go.
I personally wouldn't have. I wouldn't have ruled that goal off if you want me to be honest. I think.
No, I agree. Yeah, I agree. But when I saw it live, it just looked 2-footed. But obviously, it wasn't. Hence why it's better to sometimes see
to get that replay, isn't it?
Interesting for Jonathan Quat there. Obviously, stroking his beard, I'd be as well, to be honest, because he's really.
You know what? It was one of them goals where you could be like, fair play.
It's a beautiful goal, and it's I know there's been other people talking about the bigger goals in the women's game and compared to women's heights and all this kind of stuff, but that's the kind of football that I want to see. I'd rather watch a game where it's 5-4 or 6-5 or something stupid than that than a defensive masterclass that ends up being 1-0. So for me, I think it's part of the benefits of the women's game.
Mm-hmm. And TJ is absolutely right. You can't shoot better than that. It was just It was just a magnificent goal.
It was,
honestly.
yeah, it was the bending of it.
Everything about it was beautiful. It was a beautiful build up. It was a beautiful shot, a beautiful goal. It was amazing.
Yeah, corner to Barcelona, I think, as well now.
I think it might be a free kick to Lyon, actually. Oh, hey there, Stephen. I hope you're well. Thank you as well for the nice message. It means a lot, and I hope you're keeping well. Yeah, is it gonna be? It could be a corner, isn't it? Henry, 3 goals in 11 matches.
I know. If I was a famous male Henry, I'd be checking if I was related, because that was
some goal.
I mean, look at that bend. I mean, it almost speeds up at the end. You know, it almost speeds up at the end. It might be a trick of the camera, but what a fantastic goal. You know, and she looks a bit knackered, but I don't blame her, to be honest. It's take the rest.
Yeah. Barcelona is one of them teams, though, aren't they, where they can pick up from this. So it'll be good to see on how they will react to this goal.
Yeah, I mean, this is a problem with the Spanish league. That is true, is that they haven't really got anybody that close to them, so they don't get these kind of games that often. So the best way you can sort of come back from it is to remember the time you did. So if you haven't had to for a long time, it can be hard to get going. But it was a great goal. So it is a corner, as I said. It's not even a free kick.
It's just taken. And that is going over the net.
How are you ahead of me? It's annoying me now. I only live in Rochdale, not Kathmandu. I don't understand how we can be in the same country and still ahead.
You're only 20 minutes up the road?
Exactly. Yeah. You watching it through cable or through your TV?
What?
You watching it through your TV? You know, through an app on the TV, or are you watching it through Virgin? TV. Yeah.
The apps are usually slower.
It's random, isn't it? But there you go. Yeah, so it's interesting because it's almost like Lyon have kind of done a Barca, really. That they didn't look like they were dominating the game, but suddenly Barca are 1-0 down, and I think that's what a lot of people do.
Mm-hmm. I think it was something, but I think that was a good shot, though, from Jenna. It was a good shot.
Yeah.
But I think it was something like we wasn't expecting so early on.
Yeah, I don't think they were either. This is the thing. But yeah, as I say, I think with Lyon, they seem to have done a bit of a Barca, which is, before they know it, you're 1-0 down, and the opposition's like, where did that come from? But it looks like, because I say it looks like they're happy to let Barca run onto them, which is interesting.
Maybe it might be to tire them out. That could be what their strategy is, and then you bring on their effective players on.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose they are 1-0 up as well, so that they have.
I don't think they'll sit back though from this. I really can't see that.
I agree. Ooh, there's a couple of Barca players not getting in their own way there.
Yeah, it's going to be a throw-in anyway for Barcelona. They're getting a bit more possession now of the ball.
That's what I mean. Before they know it, they're suddenly you see how Lyon are almost on their own goal line. They just push the sort of plant the line of attack further and further back, and you end up in your own box. It's really quite clever. Oh, she died for that.
Yeah, I don't think it was enough to warrant for a penalty. I know in the WSL you need to be shot to get a penalty. But I don't think it's as bad in the Champions League.
Shortly in the Bundesliga with Georgia Stanway going to Bayern Munich. I hope everybody. I think sales of knee pads and body armor have gone up in Munich for next year.
Carpenter just went down completely for Lyon, so she
again
must
as
have
well.
an injury.
Second time, and the way she hit the hand on the turf. Yeah, she's going to get replaced. Oh, it's a knee.
Yeah, it's not looking good at all, and there's already going to be a substitute for Lyon.
It's a non-contact injury as well, which you never really like.
you know, when it's a non-contact injury, when they just go down like that, you know that they are injured.
I just love it, don't you? You know, you get over here, you get used to the men's game and all that, where, you know, they've got, you know, for the top finals, they're in a bespoke suit. And, like, you know, Jonathan just looks like he's, you know, coaching after finishing work there with his polo shirt going on.
Yeah, DJ's right. She's going to have to come off. I think she is going to be coming off, actually. I think a substitute is warming up already, so...
Yeah, I mean, no one wants to come off.
Yeah, they're bringing a stretcher. That's how bad it is. They're even bringing a stretcher to take her off.
Yeah, they need to hurry up as well. I don't mean, I just, like we saw in the NWSL a few weeks ago, if you need a stretcher, get them off and get them the treatment.
They're doing it a lot quicker than how Leah Galton was at the last day of the season.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, they just never arrived for that, did they? But yeah, what happened to the whole? You watch a lot more men's football. Where's the golf buggies gone? Is there a shortage? When they used to come on.
I haven't seen one of them in ages.
Yeah, maybe I'm showing my age there. Sort of have like a little, like, you know, just come on and come off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they've made the substitution now, haven't they?
Yeah, number 21 coming on. Shame for Carpenter.
Butchanan.
Yeah,
if I'm pronouncing it right.
Buchanan, I think.
Oh, Barcelona's picked that up now. Come on. Good defending there off Lyon. Managed to intercept well.
Yeah.
Great. Barcelona's picked that back up, so it stopped any counter attacks. It just seems like they're both stopping each other's counter attacks at the moment.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the sub that's come on. Kadisha Buchanan is a centre back who's Canadian, actually, Canadian national team. And is 26.
And TJ said that she's more of she's not much of an attacker, so we might not see much attacking fullback play.
Yeah, it's a good job they got that 1-0 lead, I suppose, isn't it? But it depends on that.
That was so close.
It's so weird because I'm 10 seconds behind you, so it's like I already know.
Wait for my
have to moderate it a little bit. Yeah, I don't know how, but yeah,
it was close.
See, that's the kind of stuff. No, they're not looking at that. Yeah, she just falls over. Hermoso there. She just falls over.
She is hungry for a goal, though. She is so hungry, and that is what you want in a striker. You want them to be hungry and wanting a goal.
Oh, completely. It's interesting with the I haven't really seen. I don't recall. I watched Lyon in the semi-final against PSG, and I don't recall some of these, as certain people would say, proper tackles that they're throwing in tonight. They're proper crunching, but obviously accurate tackling.
Yeah, it's one of them tackles where if you didn't time it properly, it would be a killer injury.
Yeah, well, or a card as well.
Yeah.
Again, it's interesting because my idea, we said this in the WSL, we talk about United. I think the difficulty with the women's leagues is that, you know, if you play Chelsea one week, you're gonna have very little time on the ball. If you played Birmingham when they're in the WSL, and the next week you have loads of time, and then, you know, it can vary so much because there's such a drop off. And yeah, I could say that maybe Barca aren't used to having very little time on the ball there, you know, with the way Lyon can sort of chase them around.
The thing is, though, you need to always have a plan B. And when you don't have a plan B in games, it does not work.
Yeah, I mean, it's 16 minutes gone. I'm sure that Cortez isn't going to be panicking too much.
No, I mean, especially knowing possession's picking up anyway.
Yeah, I mean, essentially, it stopped the bleeding. The thing that they do to other teams is once they go 1-0 down, normally, once Barca go 1-0 ahead, they normally go 2-3 ahead very, very quickly. Yeah, that was a dive as well. Whereas, so obviously, he's covering that in reverse, isn't he, by making sure that they stay strong for the next 10 minutes or so.
Mm-hmm. In my opinion, though, I just feel like Barcelona isn't being very effective in the final third.
I think they're just feeling each other out a little bit. I mean,
I think they could do better though in terms of the crossing because they're doing low short crosses in the box, and it keeps getting sniffed out by Lyon's back four. So why not try something a little bit different?
Yeah, and it's interesting how physical it is because obviously Alexis Putellas had just got a free kick there, but it probably just about was a free kick. But it is an interesting difference between the two teams.
Mm-hmm. Luca, Lyon is winning. They're the best side in terms of the Champions League, in terms of the amount of Champions Leagues they've won.
Yeah, no, completely. It's interesting as well, obviously, because maybe other people in the comments can say who's listening to it, but I think if it's majority Barca, the atmosphere will probably be a bit quieter as well because they've been quietened down by Lyon.
Mm-hmm. And TJ makes a good point that it's unfamiliar for Barcelona to play when they're behind.
Exactly.
They're always ahead.
Exactly.
Whereas with Lyon, they didn't win the league last season, so they will have that little bit more experience of competition because of PSG in the league, for instance.
Exactly. Oh, and it looks like, I mean, the skill there is just ridiculous, isn't it? I mean, it's just a composure on the ball and the awareness of where their other player is, in where your colleague is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree.
But it's interesting, as you're saying about Barcelona, because they have such phrase that you can say Lyon are doing, as I said, at the Barca to them. Now they're pushing them further and further back.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yeah.
Lots of appealing for free kicks going on left, right, and centre, though.
A shot that was done for Lyon as well, but it was not going to happen.
Loving Hedenberg. She's looking really angry.
She is looking angry, but hey there, Reese. I hope you're well. Yeah, I know you did predict Lyon to win. It's 20 minutes in. Something could change yet. Something could change. Barcelona could get 5 goals. Hoping.
We might speak to a proper Barca fan in a bit, and I think she'd be devastated if they're 1-0 down at half time.
Yeah, I think she will be. I think the best thing. Well, I don't know. At least come out with a draw at half time. At least.
Yeah, I mean, you just want to. It just depends what the game plan is. As you say, it's unfamiliar for them to be behind, and obviously their manager is a top manager. You don't actually, win a league with a perfect season without being it. But he's only got a year's experience managing at the top level. So, I mean, it's going to be an interesting one to see. Just looking at Jenny Hermoso, just appealing for everything.
Come on, Jenny. She knows I want the free kick.
Yeah, I think she's channeling her in a Neymar there.
I think she's just trying her best, isn't she, to try and get something for the team. But the thing is, what does tend to happen, if you're one of them who's known for being a diver, and then you dive a lot, and then once you do have the free, you need them. You should have the free kicks because of bad fouls. Then you're not going to get them. Yeah,
that's definitely a perennial problem if you get a reputation, as you say. But yeah, I think it's starting to slow down a bit as well. I don't know what the temperature is tonight. It's a bit warmer, but at the end of the day, they're Spanish and French, so they're going to be fine with the heat.
Well, it's not like us, is it? Not like us where we're like hot. But let me have a look. Because it's in Italy.
Yeah, it's Turin. Turin or Torino, whichever comes up first.
It's 31 degrees.
Wow, that's warm. That is very warm. So that could be a factor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, great tackle there, but obviously might have caught her a little bit. Obviously, as well, 5 substitutions again with Lyon having to substitute so early with an injury. That might come into play later in the half as well if it does get 1-1 or if they end up behind.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Helen in the chat is hoping that Liverpool will get in Europe next season. That's not going to happen, Helen. It really won't.
It won't. But I also disagree with what Devils are saying there, because I don't think they'll get relegated.
Oh my God, it's 2-0 Lyon.
Oof. Thanks for the timing issue there. But what Edinburgh, I told you, I am suddenly very worried about Brighton when we go England-Norway, because it might be a Edinburgh masterclass.
Oh, I'm absolutely gutted. 2-0.
Well, come on then, Jonathan. If you're the big manager of Barcelona, time to make your name.
6 goals in 10 games. 6.
Yeah.
Outstanding. It was outstanding header. It was an absolute brilliant header, and Barcelona looks a little bit shaky, and the marking wasn't there. And this is the thing: you've got 11 players on the pitch, so does Lyon. Each player needs to mark a player, and they're not marking. They've louded that space.
Panos is all over the place, and I mean, you could say that I don't know what Barca's number 4 is there. I can't read it too much, but she got unlucky with the bounce. It went through her legs. It should have hit her on the back. You'd imagine it would have hit her on the stomach, but well, there you go then, Barca. You really are going to have to go for it, hammer and tongs. Hey, we still could be right, but this involves Barca scoring 3 goals. Didn't think of it that way around. Maybe that's the situation. But yeah, just saying what Devils Rising was saying there. Yeah, I don't think Liverpool's going to go next season.
Who do you think will get relegated? Be careful, because there is different fans in the chat.
Apologies, it's going to be Leicester unless they do something massive over the summer.
That's the thing, though. I don't think if Liverpool invest, I don't think they'll get it. If they don't, they'll get relegated if they invest.
You see, Liverpool won the WSL a few years ago in 2 years in a row. Then they didn't invest in the women's team, treat it as an afterthought, and ended up getting relegated. Now, especially because Liverpool men are actually winning things again, they've got too much of a platform to people are sniffing around for a negative story. So I think they are going to support their team a bit more. So they probably will get the resources, and they are a big club as Barca come in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, you did tell me so. I know you told me so, but fingers crossed they'll get 3 goals. Hey there, Chris. I hope you're well. I don't mind Lyon as a club. I really don't mind them, but I prefer Barcelona to win, and so does Andy.
Yeah, I think it's just the connections of the players, as we said. If you know a little bit more about their backstories, and because of a mutual friend of ours. Oh, bloody hell. Panos, what are you doing?
Leicester, Chris has said, "How very dare you?" And
well, to be honest, you could get some of our squad players so that you over
take
the summer.
Barbara Harris.
That is one of the names. That is one of the names that I've heard, but I wouldn't want to wish that on you, to be honest. I think if Barca lose one more goal, I think someone needs to do a welfare check on Chloe.
Oh yeah. Oh my God. Lyon has been absolutely been good. It's been great.
It's Edinburgh. I mean, I didn't watch them before that, but I think having her back has just made everybody feel so much better.
Yes, definitely.
And she's clearly a talisman for the team. I mean, it's so lucky, Panos, there. The amount of keepers she is a very good keeper. The amount of keepers that end up giving reds away when they take the player out, but she did very well not to take her out there.
Mm-hmm. And this is the thing with Barcelona right now; they're not releasing the ball quick enough. They're really not releasing the ball quick enough, so it's allowing Lyon to pick the ball back up.
Well, John, and then Cortez looks, he looks a bit shell shocked, to be honest. I mean, I mean, it's going to be interesting, especially the way some of these tackles are going in. It is a long game, but obviously no cards yet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Hey there, Lanzel. I hope you're well. Thank you for tuning in to the chat. He did say this about her having a chip on the shoulder.
I don't mind it, to be honest. That's exactly what you want, though, isn't it? To build up to the Champions League final. I mean, I don't know if you know who I'm talking about here, but if somebody was saying, "Oh, so and so is a really good friend of mine on the other team, and we're all good mates, and we all love each other,"
with the little pet names.
Yeah, exactly. Alexio maybe instead of
You could say what would you say, Jenny? You could say Geno.
If you know what we're referring to.
People will know exactly who we're speaking about. Hey there, Jamie. I hope you're well. Thank you for tuning in. I've been seeing your channel. You're looking great. You're building up so nicely. So congratulations on the 1,000 subscribers. It's honestly well deserved. Well deserved. Reese is absolutely happy about Lyon putting these fire emojis. Thank you very much. Vincent has said Greenwood is a backstabber. And Lyon and Manchester United are coming for justice.
I'm not sure about justice.
Justice would be Barcelona winning. That'll be my justice. Take care, Chris. Thank you for coming onto the chat. Oh, so the fullback who actually come on today is actually leaving to go to Real Madrid.
That's interesting.
That could be that could allow a bit more competition. Then I don't think it'll be major competition for Barcelona.
Real Madrid are building very strongly for next season. I mean, if they get Caroline Weir as well, they are going to be.
And Lucy Bronze is supposed to be getting Lucy Bronze and Caroline Weir.
Yeah, no, this is it.
I don't know. Stanway's gone to Bayern. There was another one who was supposed to leave. Who was the other one? Can't remember. I genuinely can't remember. Do you remember the other one who was meant to be leaving? City.
Well, Stanway's gone to Bayern Munich.
Was it Demi Stokes?
Possibly.
Because it wasn't Greenwood. I feel like it was Demi Stokes. I know it definitely wasn't Lauren Hem. It was obviously 4 English City players who were leaving.
Oh, yeah, it is a cooling break because it's 31 degrees. It's over the 90-degree threshold, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. 8th Champions League from 8 finals, unless Barcelona somehow spoil the show. Oh.
Maybe he should amend his channel name to Le Devils Rising for tonight then. If it's...
Yeah, could potentially. Madrid at the moment, they have players leaving as well. Could that be a potential person Man United could get? Tell me more about this person, Lanzo. Tell me more. I'm actually going to look for this player as well. We're just going to be scouting everyone, aren't we? Especially in the Euro.
As I say, I think I'm feeling less confident about England-Norway the more and more I see of Heddenberg.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, dear. So she's a Swedish international. She's a forward player, 32 years old. Real Madrid, 46 appearances, 19 league goals.
Well, the goals are good there.
So what, you're averaging roughly around a goal every 2 games for a striker, and she's been there since 2020, so 2 seasons, 46 league appearances. Not too bad, and she's been in Sweden since 2008, 157 appearances, 40 goals. She's actually used to play for City for 1 season. I don't think she'll come to us then. Let's just chalk her out now. Lyon again, picking up the ball. If they pass it now, we're done. Oh, nah, skied it. To Luca's question, Lyon actually PSG stopped Lyon last year in the league. I think that, I don't know, would you say in a way Barcelona's rushing a little bit? Because I feel like at times they feel like they're rushing.
They just look a little bit rattled. Sorry, Cortez, the old coach, Jonathan Giraldes, just look a bit rattled. It might be a situation where they have to get into half time and sort of try and settle down. Oh, there's a card coming out here as well, I think.
Hey there, Rich. I hope you're well. Is this surprising? I thought Barcelona were the best team.
Yeah, I mean, it is because Barcelona's gone with a perfect season, 30 matches,
30 wins. Only lost one game, which is in the Champions League.
And that was the second leg, and then overall they still won it. But the problem is that in the women's game, obviously with the leagues playing so many different types, much less and much more games than each other, it's hard to compare. Oof, there's Lyon there. Come on. Oh, that was a bit
3-0.
Oh my God.
That was so poor defending.
That was just unbelievably bad.
That was shocking. Absolutely shocking. Wow.
Panos wants to wake up. I think she thinks she's having a nightmare.
I would actually sub her off. I really would.
She's Spanish.
That was shocking.
That was. I mean, I've got to see that again when the replay.
That was look right. Won the ball there. That was shocking. Absolutely shocking.
It was a defender that kicked it to a Lyon player, and then the way they just sort of slowed down. Did they assume offside? Maybe, and that's why they didn't really try. But this could be embarrassing for Barcelona at the end of the day.
Yeah, it is. It's already getting embarrassing. If this is just the first half, imagine what it's going to be like in the second.
Well, this is it, and they're going to get their tails up. And we've discussed that Van der Donk's on the bench and all that jazz. And don't forget, one of their players that got a yellow card was number 4, was a defender. Never a good idea to have a defender on a card earlier in the game because they have to be careful for so long. So you never know.
No, exactly. So it's 3-0 now. I'll update the score. There you go.
Barca fans are losing it on Twitter. I'm not surprised. I'm probably going to say Cortez out. The guy's won every game this year in the league. Geraldo's out. Yeah.
I literally feel like Barcelona's lost it.
They're doing so many un-Barca things. I mean, to an extent, they remind me of United. They were all together then, literally just following the ball across.
Exactly. Reese said, an honest opinion about Barca. They have a strong side, but when physically challenged, they fall flat on their bum.
And they are being physically challenged because they're doing the big crunching tackles, which are great. But the thing that makes them different than others is that they're not fouls, they're tackles, they're hard, but they're getting the ball and they're not getting obviously fouls against them. So it certainly rattles Barca.
But the thing is, a lot of them has been diving for me.
Yeah.
And you're not, if you keep diving, they're not going to pick it up. And the pass, they're not releasing the ball quick enough for me. And when they have had shots, they've not been effective shots.
They're just lining it up. Like Hedenberg there, she might as well have stopped and sort of like waited about 5 minutes before she took the shot.
This could potentially be like a training session.
Yeah, for a Champions League final, which is interesting. Obviously an interesting rivalry as well that's developing between the two teams.
Do you think do Man United have like a mentality issue with Chelsea? Do you feel like this is the same with Barcelona with Lyon because their stats are not that good, are they, against Lyon?
No, I mean they're not abysmal, but they're not what you would expect against other teams. It might be because of the occasion as well. They won it last year. Can they win it? And last year was the first time. Can they win it again? But they're just looking very much out on the they're not really getting what they want done, really, are they?
Nippon has said Lyon are the Real Madrid women's team, which I completely disagree with. Because Real Madrid are a developing team at the moment, whereas Lyon is one of the best in the world right now.
Yeah, no, I think what he's saying is the equivalent of the Real Madrid men's team in the men's league.
Okay.
I don't know if you can answer that.
I don't know, because I don't think Real Madrid are the best in the world right now, unless he's on it. I know he doesn't like Real Madrid. Side, so I don't know which way he means it as, but if he means it as in Real Madrid women, I'd have to disagree.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think the most people are probably saying is that they didn't expect this.
Take care as well, Helen. Thank you for coming into the chat and have a lovely evening. Yeah, look, Definitely not like Barcelona.
Whatever evening she can have, it's going to be better than Barcelona's evening based on this.
Well, yeah, exactly. Look at all that space as well. That space is unbelievable. Look, they can just long cross like that. The amount of space.
Yeah, and again, it's just like that they've just lost all the things that made Barcelona Barcelona.
Yeah, Nippon did mean the men's team. If I was going to compare Lyon to a men's team, you'd have to compare them in the sense of Bayern Munich, they're one of the best in the world, or maybe Real Madrid, but I don't know. I feel like there's better teams than Real Madrid in the world. Bayern Munich's good. You could even compare them in terms of football play, maybe Manchester City.
Yeah, I mean, I think just looking as well to what Reese is saying, Dels Rising is saying there, Barcelona needs a plan B. What they really need is a goal before half time to settle it. If they go in 3-1 down, there's a chance that with Pina on the bench, they can go for it in the second half. What I would say, and obviously I'm not a manager, but what I would say is it's always better to lose heavily than not try. So I think they've got to go for it, even if they end up looking not so good on the scoreboard. They need to go for it. They need to have a chance because at the end of the day, it's a final.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. I completely agree, and it just feels like they're not that they're not trying, but it just doesn't feel like the Barcelona what we've seen.
Oof. But then saying that, as I said, their keeper was a bit wobbly then as well. Probably should have caught that or parried it away a bit better than that.
Yeah, exactly.
God, how's that happened so quickly? Because it's nearly at 39. It's 39 minutes now, isn't it?
All right, then. Fair enough, Nippon. He's on about the amount of Champions Leagues they've won.
Fair enough. Yeah, as I say, I think they need. I mean, maybe injury time as well. You might get a few minutes because of the Carpenter injury. So it'd be interesting to see that.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, they don't look rattled, but we're getting to a point now where if I was Barcelona, I'd be saying to Barcelona, you kind of should be rattled. You're 3-0 down, and you've only got one half left, one and a bit.
I think this kind of game will really judge the manager in the sense of how we will approach the dressing room, because you need to have these firm words.
Yeah, I think, and obviously all Lyon are going to say is more of the same. I mean, obviously they lost. They lost one of their top defenders, which is always a bad thing, but they managed to replace it, and it just shows the benefit of depth again on the squad. Being able to switch players is always important.
I agree with that completely.
Oh!
Whoa! Come on, Barcelona scored.
Oh! Yeah, I was delayed there. Who's that? Is that Alexa? It is, isn't it?
Alexa,
yeah. And that's so cool. I mean, it's one of those things that I'm running back with the ball and dropping it on the. It just says more than anything, doesn't it? It doesn't actually make it any quicker, but it just looks cool. It's what you want to see as a supporter.
Yeah, exactly. The thing is, the shot initially was bad from Barcelona. Picked up, crossing. Jenny, and then Jenny actually was about to get it, but Alexia shot and scored.
Oh, defo. They're just the best couple, really.
Hopefully, though, it will just give that little bit of spark now for Barcelona.
Yeah, no, 100%. Oh, yeah. Now Lyon looking like they won half time because they're quite tight again from being quite spread out.
Yeah. I'll just update the score now as well. That was scored on the 41st minute. There you go. So, Ballon d'Or winner Alexia scores. And previous Ballon d'Or winner, the first ever Ballon d'Or winner scores. Interesting. Current versus previous, both scored in the Champions League final.
Yeah, well, not just current and previous, it's current and first ever. I think there's been 3 or 4, but she was the first ever Ballon d'Or winner. Could argue, I think she's a little bit older than Lexi, that she could have won it a lot more as well.
Luca's going for a 3-3.
Well, it could happen, and I've already said the benefits of that's the kind of football that I like. Wow, yeah, everyone's getting very into it, aren't they?
Yeah, and Lyon's got a corner now as well, so each player needs to make sure they're going to be marking people.
Yeah. I mean, it's great, isn't it? Because how many times do you say about a game, these teams are brilliant, this team is brilliant, and it becomes the 0-0 tactical sort of boring, and it's already living up to the billing just in the opposite way than we thought it would.
This game for me, it was one of them where, because both the teams are so good, it was hard to call.
Yeah, well, this is it. Obviously, I'm a bit behind you, but I'm just watching the goal, the corner go in now.
Yeah, nothing happened with that corner anyway.
Yeah, again, punching it out though, it's always a risk when it comes to doing things like that. They don't like for the third goal. They don't kick it essentially to an attacker or punch it to an attacker.
You know what? If I was Barcelona, right, knowing that corner didn't go in, I would be absolutely legging it.
Yeah.
I would be full on legging it to try and get make it 3-2. At least we know that potentially a comeback could still happen. Could.
I think it could. I mean, especially if you never know. I mean, God, if Barca get another one now in the next few minutes, can you imagine?
The scenes. The absolute scenes.
And with those tackles, the tackles are really good, strong tackles from Lyon, and they're pitch perfect textbook. But that's when everybody's not tired. If they keep doing that in the 80th minute and someone's slightly tired, you give a penalty away. So maybe that's the only way I can see it happening. It takes so much concentration. It takes more concentration to fly in. It looks natural if they fly in like that, but it's concentration that they're aiming for the ball. And if they get tired, I'd be interested to see.
I can't see though either team getting tired because they're both like machines.
Yeah, well, it's Pete. Yeah, and they've got Pina. I mean, I think I'm trying to remember which game it was. I think it might have been against Madrid when Claudia Pina come on. She scored like 3 goals in about 10 minutes. She is a top class player. So
do you think we'll see a half time?
I don't think he does that. He's a bit like Skinner. He doesn't like doing half-time substitutions. And that's the first time I'm ever going to compare the Barcelona manager to Skinner, I promise.
But Smart Skinner wishes.
Yeah, just looking at Alexia then, totally. Yeah, she doesn't actually do much. She just kind of fell over it, didn't she? But I love that sort of, what, me? Nah, smile, butterwood melt face going on there.
Yeah, exactly. I agree with that. 4 minutes additional time, so we could potentially get a goal, Barcelona.
I mean, to be honest, even if they don't, 3-1 down, I still feel against anyone else it would be a problem, but against Lyon, for Barcelona, I think they could still be in it.
Yeah, that was a shot there from Lyon, but it obviously when you look at them kind of angles, it looks like it goes in, but it just hits the side netting.
Yeah. No, it's interesting because I think it's going to be interesting, as I say, because we are going to see some of these stories again at the Euros. Henri, big French international, as is the one you mentioned before, Wendy Renard. Alexia. If France plays Spain again, they're going to say, "Oh, do you remember when I took the final off you?" You know what I mean? Like they're going to have that like memory. So it's going to be interesting to see.
Yeah, that recent memory, isn't it? France,
especially Heddenberg, what she's been like. She's probably going to whisper it in someone's ear and say, "Do you remember when I got? Where's your Winners' Champions League medal? Oh, yes, you haven't got one. It was me who got it." You can imagine she'll do a bit of that on the pitch.
That is true.
Ooh.
Yeah, that don't look good.
Yeah. Is it gonna?
Yellow card there for Lyon.
Yeah, it was always going to happen, I think. Yeah, Heddenberg as well. Interesting.
Do you know what? When you know that the team you're playing against is on a yellow, that's like you need to try and rattle them players more to try and potentially get a red.
But actually, she kind of just landed funny on her leg, didn't she? It wasn't the tackle itself that hurt her. She sort of just fell forward.
Still a bit of a nasty challenge, though. But I don't know how I feel if it should have been a yellow or not. But she did look in pain. Going to be a corner now for Barca.
Yeah, there we go.
Good defending, though, from Wendy Renard. That was a very short corner, that. Wow.
I like short corners. I don't like short corners.
I don't. I hate them. But I prefer them when I play FIFA.
The traditional have a sit down goalkeeper catch that they do in the women's game a lot. I mean, Luca could be right, 3-3, but it just depends, doesn't it? Definitely if they can get one more in the next 60 seconds or so, but we'll just have to see.
Well, if it could potentially happen, potentially. Who knows? It's making you feel sick, isn't it?
It's brilliant, though, isn't it? Look, I'm going to get on my sort of high horse again, but look, this is a football game with female top-class professional athletes. No one's took their kids for a day out today to watch a football match, which is obviously the way a lot of the women's game is marketed. And and this is exactly the same as the men's Champions League final. Though possibly it'll just be more interesting. And
it looks quite a full crowd because they're using it at the men's Juventus ground.
Yeah, and Italy, and obviously the Italian league is full time from next season. It hasn't been full time. Throughout the whole league, so it's just building up that women's football, sort of like belief and experience in it.
Yeah.
God, what's going on with their name? It's like RoboCop.
Halftime it is now. What have you thought about the game for you?
It's gone really quickly, which is really interesting from my perspective because normally that only happens when I'm there in the stadium. It's gone really, really quickly, and obviously, Lyon they've just had Barca's number. I mean, they made even the goal that they gave Barca, that they let Barca get one back. That was more about Barcelona pushing the issue than Lyon making a mistake. I think that the sort of talking points of the second half are going to be their number 4 for Barca is on a yellow. So again, thinking about when things get a bit more desperate. She's got to be careful. Hedenberg's on the yellow as well. So it'd just be interesting to see what happens as the game goes on.
I have also put a poll in the chat, actually. Can Barcelona make a comeback in this game?
I think if they score, if they score early in the second half, then the tails are going to get up. And they've got Pina. I know I sound like her agent, but I can't emphasize when I've seen her play. It's like listening to a podcast on twice speed. She's just a pace. It looks weird when you watch her play because she's just so much quicker than anybody else. Obviously against Lyon, maybe it won't look as weird. But again, especially with some of their defenders, if you can get one of their defenders on a yellow card, it looks quite helpful. And obviously it's a Champions League final. It's like the football equivalent of the Super Bowl. So everybody wants to play, and I think you pointed it out initially, and I've just seen it now. There's a lot of women with proper heavy strapping on their knees tonight. So maybe not everyone's 100% fit.
No, that is true. Because just as Barcelona, Lyon actually play a lot of games as well in their league. I've got the stats up here already now. So Barcelona has had 5 shots compared to Lyon's 9 shots. 2 of them shots of Barcelona's were on target, so that's 50% accuracy there in terms of goals. Lyon has got 4 shots on target compared to their 9, so they've had a 75% accuracy because they've had 4 goals, of course, or 3 goals, of course. Barcelona has actually had more possession with 58% compared to Lyon's 42%. Barcelona has both have got 2 yellow cards at the moment, and both have had 2 offsides.
Yeah, this is it. But as I say, the positioning is interesting. I'm just looking at Henry, the first goal scorer. Again, her position is defensive midfielder.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's the kind of defensive midfielder that we want. 32, doesn't look it. Fantastic speed going on there. And this season played 16, scored 1. Played previous to this, played 5 Champions League games and scored 0 last year. But she certainly turned that around.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I completely agree with that. Looking at Barcelona in itself, who do you think has been the standout player for Barcelona so far?
It's got to be Alexia, isn't it? Because she got the goal. Her and Jenny do stick out in a good way. I'm just looking at the height of Wendy Renard as well, because she looks so tall compared to Bluminette. Yeah, she's 6'2", Maisy.
Who is?
Wendy Renard.
I thought she was tall.
Wow, 6'2".
That is crazy. 6'2". 6'2". Wow.
I mean that's it's funny because when you get really tall, which you would say that for women would be really tall. Like when you think about when the men with Peter Crouch, they almost play a different game when they're on, because they try and emphasize the height a bit too much. But obviously they don't do that with Leon. With Leon, it's a much more balanced game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. I think a player who has really, impressed me a lot with Lyon was actually Henry. I never really knew too much about Henry, and I actually think, even though, of course, there has been different goal scorers, I feel like she has been the best best player for Lyon, as she has been managing to shut down Barcelona quite quickly.
Yeah, oh, this is interesting, actually. I might have made a slight boo-boo. She is the French captain, not Renard. I think Renard might take it when she's not playing. So she's a captain of France as well.
So she's the vice captain then, isn't she?
Renard would be, yeah, and Henri is a captain apparently since 2017.
Oh, I see. And we all thought it was Renard. She's still got that mentality, and she that captaincy mentality as Renard. She's actually the captain tonight for Lyon.
Yeah, she's obviously not the captain, as you say, in a club game. Yeah, it's just looking at that now. It's so interesting as well. She began a career in 2004 at the age of 15. You know, I mean, some of the ages of the people have been playing for a number of years.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. I was actually looking at 44 meters was Henri's goal from the net. 44 meters.
This is that. I'm just looking at her goals as well. Total goals when you include Cup, Continental, and League for Lyon. 186 appearances, 42 goals for a defensive midfielder. That is
brilliant. That is absolutely brilliant. You know what? We need someone a bit like Henry. For me personally, in the Manchester United team, not of course I discredit Hayley Ladd, but we need a world-class midfielder.
Oh, completely, 100%. I mean, I remember when Nat actually said to Alexia, when will you sign to Man United? It was funny because she just looked very confused. I mean, I think if she did it again in summer, she might laugh. She might just be like, no way.
No, thank you. I did put so with the poll at the moment, it's showing that Barcelona has got the majority of votes that yes, they can make a comeback. So people are hopeful with Barcelona at the moment.
Yeah, I think they can. Any team can. They can. Especially as well because Lyon are going to get the pressure in the opposite side as you start getting towards the second half of the game. It's the Champions League final. People start thinking about lifting the trophy. I don't care how professional you are. You can't help it. And there you go. Yeah. Oh, actually, no. I'm going to reverse what I was saying. I'm going to go with Google. Wendy Renard is the French captain, but I know that Henri's captain previously, so maybe she might be a vice captain.
Okay. Yeah, potentially. Potentially, yeah. But there's a lot of leaders on both sides, isn't there?
I know. I'm thinking of Catherine Parquet and others that'll just be sort of thinking, "Oh, you lot always go on about the captain, and the French don't even care."
Mm-hmm.
Or the
He voted against Barcelona. That is just nasty. That is nasty. nasty. But Reese did say, I do like the positional battles between Barcelona and Lyon midfield. That's where the entertainment has come from. Herderberg and Alexia has been great for both sides.
Yeah, and again, I'd say, thing about you haven't got tickets for the Euros, and I think tickets are still available. And when you look at how cheap they are, you might think it's a Euro, so it's going to be 50, 60, 70 quid at the minimum. It isn't. If it's not England, it's 20 quid for the top tier.
Yeah, it's £20 to come to this game, doesn't it?
Yeah, so I think give it a go, watch them. You'll see Hedberg for Norway, you'll see Alexia even. You got me reading that there for Spain.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, with Devils, obviously you're saying that you voted. Obviously, you voted for Lyon. Unfortunately, that might be a good point to mention that Scotland haven't qualified for the Euros. It's a bit, and a team called Northern Ireland have.
If I recall, that is the first time they've actually qualified for the Euros.
It is, and I can non-sponsorship, but I can recommend the sticker book, which I've now completed. I know Maisy has. Quite interesting, actually, because you can actually have a look at some of the clubs that they play for. And the majority of Northern Ireland play either domestically in Northern Ireland, or two of them even play for a Tier 3, just been promoted today, Southampton, Tier 2 team. And they still and there's a
Liverpool player in there.
Yeah, and they still qualified. So, there we go.
He's responded back saying, "Don't worry, England won't win the Euros."
Yeah, I mean, fair enough. Possibly.
Well, I don't know. I can't see Germany winning it. I feel like it could be Spain, France, or I actually potentially would think Sweden.
Well, you have to remember as well, I forget how many years, I'll look it up in a second, but Ada Hedenberg has said that, has only recently made herself available for Norway again. Mm-hmm. That Norwegian team is going to be very strong, and they could be a dark horse. Not only Maria, obviously, but you've got Caroline Graham Hansen, who is a top player for Barcelona. I don't think she's playing tonight. She might be injured. Villa Bellarica, as we know, Hedenberg, some great players there. And you've just
how you missed out Maria.
And I did say Maria Torres, don't you?
I thought you just said Toby.
But it's I think, to be honest, just look at Lyon. We've not looked at Lyon too much earlier this season, but look at, I would venture to guess that Lyon with Ada Hedenberg, apart from because she's a top class player, they just feel better about themselves. You've got more confidence on the pitch. Look who you got up front. Norway's going to be the same. So that's going to be an interesting battle at the Euros.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Vincent, what happened to your 3-2 to Barca? Yeah, we was wrong, of course. It's only a prediction, though. Only a prediction.
Hey, I'll take a 4-3 or a 3-3 with penalties or whatever. The penalties will be hilarious because you'll have to count for 20 seconds because you're ahead of me for some reason. So I'll just be like, oh no, they've scored. Oh no, they've missed. I'll be like, oh.
Yeah. Hey, Raver, I hope you're well. Yeah. Not too good from Barca's point of view, but they did get a goal near to the end of the first half, so maybe that could help them a bit coming into the second half. Lyon's been absolutely outstanding.
You could also say as well, this really is like the kind of rubbish that you say from neutral perspective, and we're not neutral, we want Barca to win, but Barca's won everything in the league. If they get a bloody nose at the Champions League, that's going to fire them up like hell for next season, and it's going to fire them up for the summer. And, they really could kick on and win absolutely everything, and especially if they play against Lyon again.
Yeah, I agree with that as well. Vincent's gone for a 4-1 to Lyon.
I love how everybody suddenly turned very French
I
today.
know, yeah.
You
Very
know,
funny.
it's like, you know what I mean? Everyone suddenly turned very French.
Exactly. Vincent has said the sticker books are a con.
Well, just put that up. Well, go on. Put that up. Put that one back up.
The sticker books are the biggest con ever. You get more duplicates in them.
Yeah, I mean, you know
just
what,
fun.
right? You know what? I agree. But if you do it the old-fashioned way, like people remember as a kid, going to the shop and buying one pack for 90p, trust me,
Oh, yeah.
it wouldn't really work out. But what you can do now is buy packs on Amazon and buy the big pack combo from the Panini website directly, and you can get lucky. Like I completed just with that amount, and to be
Me
honest,
too.
if you've got a group of people to do swaps or something like that, it'll be a bit of fun. I mean, yeah, you know, is there 1,000% profit on them? Yeah, probably, but you know, it's just a bit of fun. But yeah, I'd definitely do it.
Well, basically, we have near enough filled it because Portugal stickers haven't came out yet. And just to let everyone know, next month there is international games for England versus Belgium, England versus Netherlands, and Switzerland versus England, 16th, 24th, and 30th of June, all on the TV. So if you are interested in watching that, you can do.
This is interesting. Lyon are the ones that are winning, that are obviously in the lead, but I was just seeing some images of them coming back out for the second half. And if you sort of had someone around to watch the first half and didn't know the score, you'd think they were the ones who were down.
I know, because they've already made it. Oh, that's going to substitute for Barcelona.
Oswala for Hermoso. That's big. That's big. Hermoso is a big talent person for Barca. That's very interesting. Considering she hasn't signed and she's out of contract, that
would be that could potentially stop her from signing a contract.
That's not a million miles away from saying your kid's ugly, pulling you at the end of the first half. You know, for someone like Jenny, that's a very interesting and very ruthless decision by Jonathan as well.
I think we needed to make a defensive.
Geraldes, yeah, completely. Not sure why Pina's not on there. That's the thing. There he is. Look at him with his little polo shirt, looking like a staff member rather than a manager. But there you go.
But it's kicked off now again, hasn't it? So let's see how this will be this time.
You know what? I'm sure people have just got a drink, but if wait till the camera pans up again, it looks like people have left. Look how empty that looks.
I know, it does look a lot more quiet now.
You know.
Barca fans be like, nah, no point, we're lost. We're lost now, crap it. But I'll stop the poll because it's obviously come to the second half.
Have you seen the tat on her throat there? That's hard as, isn't it? It's like love height, on your knuckles, but you have a tattoo on your throat.
Mm-hmm. So the poll has decided 33% said yes, Barcelona can make a comeback, and 66% said no, Barcelona can't make a comeback.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I understand that, because any other team against Lyon, you'd be like, no, next question, kind of thing. But with Barca, maybe. But it depends in the next 10 minutes. Maybe next 20, get to the 70th minute. If it's one goal in it, then it's going to be interesting.
Mm-hmm. Hey there, Jordan. I hope you're well. Okay, you can say Je m'appelle Vincent. I'll ask you, comment t'appelles tu? I can speak a bit of French.
Evidently, I'm just sort of letting you do
that. What's your name? Because Je m'appelle Vincent means my name is Vincent.
Yeah, I think that's a goal kick, isn't it?
Yep.
Noticed as well, again, obviously we're not aware because we're watching it mute for doing this, but Siobhan Chamberlain, Champions League final commentary, that's not bad, is it? From being
Manchester United goalkeeper to being a pundit to being a pundit in the Champions League final is huge. But I think she's one of the best pundits, though, in my opinion.
Definitely better than Emma Hayes. But also, and obviously, congratulations for her as she's announced her second child. She's now pregnant with her second child.
Oh, love her.
As well. So that's pretty cool as well. Oh, it's one of those, isn't it? It's like, you know, you can see the Netflix edit, can't you? You know, the sort of cool music if this goes one way or the other. You know, you can almost see it already. You know, the sort of all or nothing. If you watch the series, like I think Arsenal's on.
Oh yeah,
you see the all or nothing sort of like way they would frame this. You know, the sort of this is a quiet bit where they put the music in. You know, to.
It's a free kick for Barcelona, not far out the box.
Are they getting the spray out? It's all right. It's a Finnish referee.
Let's see what Barcelona get to do with this.
Oh, someone's got a suit on, just not him.
You think it'd go a little bit more snazzy for the Champions League final? Yeah, I use that word snazzy because the Bayern Munich manager for the men's side, he always looks so cool in his suits. That was awful.
I love how you jumped the gun. It's like I still just saw it.
Yeah, it still was poo.
Oh, this is like a nightmare for any Barcelona fan.
And the Barcelona fans are absolutely crazy.
They're a bit like us. That's why.
I wonder what they say the Barmy Army is in French. I mean, in Spain.
I think they'd probably be quite similar. I mean, to be honest, the French with PSG with their ultras, they take it a bit far themselves. So I think they probably would be quite welcome.
We'd make so much. I think the Barcelona fans don't like us after that video.
Right.
But it's going to be a throw-in now for Lyon.
I'm sure this is a complete and utter butcher of a translation, but apparently Barmy Army in French is Armée Folle.
Armée Folle. Lyon's Armée Folle.
Oh, straight at Panyas. Lucky. Oh, this is interesting, isn't it?
Yeah. There's just not much truly going on. It just feels like Barcelona's doing a lot more sideward, backward passing than they usually do.
Well, it's kind of a mirror image of the first half. They're trying to sort of stabilize again from obviously the end of the first half. But I think as I say, I'd be very surprised if it gets to 70th minute and you don't see Pina.
No, I think we should have seen her at half time, to be honest.
Well, taking Hermoso off is a massive, massive shout. It really is not a million miles away from trying to go one that people understand of doing what Mark never did, which is take Zellum off. It really is a big thing.
Well, imagine the scenes if that did happen.
After I need you to find that GIF of Mourinho that says "If I speak."
Vincent said Barmy Army French sounds like something you'd order from McDonald's.
Interesting side point about France. When I was 21, I went to France to watch the Formula One. And the weirdest thing that I found was that all French McDonald's have bouncers outside them.
Really?
Yeah, They have people on the door. It's weird.
Portuguese McDonald's, I had to pay 50 cents for a sauce and I wasn't happy. You get them for free at home.
Did you get all mank? You get all mank when you're unhappy. Did you sort of double down?
No, my voice just goes even worse, does it? Not even worse. Even you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Hi, Anthony. Nice to see you as well. Yeah, this is it. Doesn't it remind you when we play City?
Don't say that.
Oh,
that was a good shot there by Lyon. That was a very good shot. But you know what? It wasn't a million miles away from the top corner.
Yeah, well, this is it. I'm just thinking as well. I'm seeing I'm going to France, Belgium. at the Euros. So I was wondering about that because I thought I don't really know anyone on the French team. I'm going to keep my eye on Henri and Renard from tonight.
I'm seeing a couple. I'm going French Belgium with you.
Oh, you are. Yeah, I forgot.
And I'm going to France Iceland as well.
Italy, Iceland. Yeah.
Italy, Iceland. Wait a minute. We're seeing Italy again, aren't we? Italy, Belgium.
Yeah.
That was it.
I mean, you're a secret Italian. You're seeing them twice out of 3 possible options.
I know. I am a secret Italian.
And if you can get you to the Portugal quarters, you could wear your polo shirt.
Oh yeah, I might actually wear that shirt anyway. They're my second nation now.
Oh, hello. What's this about? Oh, is it just? I was just saying, take the kick, isn't it? Sometimes a picture makes 1,000 words, I think.
Which picture is this?
Oh, just like the guys with their tops off dancing around.
It's not a sight you always want to see.
Yeah.
It's like you hear like, oh, it's a sight you don't, you can't get out your mind. I don't want my own kind of days.
53 minutes gone. 3-1 to Lyon.
Mm-hmm.
They're just looking a bit. The ref's looking a bit knackered as well. Look at a heavy breathing.
She's probably thinking, Tom, can we get the money up? I'm tired.
She's obviously a little bit like, wow, I didn't know it was going to be this busy. Because she's just sort of, you almost see she's talking to like head of the bear, saying like, like trying to catch her breath.
Like, I need this cooling break more than these.
This is what happens when they have. I mean, it's happened a few. I mean, as I said, I don't follow the men's game as much anymore, but I do know some historical references in the past. And I remember this will be before your time, but Pierluigi Collina, a bold referee for Italy, he was known as like the best referee in the world at the time. So what happened was every single game that an Italian club wasn't in it, he was reffing. So suddenly, when an Italian club was in a ref, everyone was like, "Well, who do we pick now?" And then there's a massive drop off. But obviously, so far she's not done anything particular. She's not had much to do, I suppose, but she's not done anything too badly at the moment.
She hasn't been a bad ref. I can't exactly say, oh, she's done this wrong.
Oh, there he is.
So normally within 20 minutes,
Now I've mentioned about the Netflix edit. Do you see what I mean? That Jonathan guy. You can just see it, can't you? Doing that then on the sidelines.
Just go like, so this is me, I like this. It would have looked better if my hair was down, but I put my hair in a bubble.
I know that mine up, but I put it down today. It's funny because it's like if I was Lyon, I'd be sort of saying, well, at the end of the day, if Lyon play exactly how they're playing now, they're going to win. Barca's got to take the game to them. You
know what? In a way, now it's like Lyon's a little bit comfortable.
Well, they're managing the game, but again, Barcelona basically, Lyon are basically doing what Barcelona did as a team. As I said, they've suddenly got the ball, which is great, but they're right at their own defence.
Yeah, they're just happily just passing the ball now, aren't they?
What was that? Where's that going? What was that? What was that aimed for? Just like randomly kicked it back, playing a game of attack and defence there.
Silly.
Oh.
And this is what I'm liking here. This time now, we're actually trying to pressure Barcelona's trying to press onto the goalkeeper.
Yeah, well, this is it. I need to see that. You've got the tweet, haven't you? Who's their number one goalkeeper at the minute?
Who's?
Lyon's.
Lyon's number one.
Oh. Well, is obviously playing tonight.
Christine Endler. Kristan Endler.
Oh, apparently she is the Chilean women's national team goalkeeper.
Oh, interesting.
Born in Chile. That's interesting because that's very much a developing country in the women's game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, they will. because they'll have their Euro version. Well, would they have it this year as well?
I'm not sure. Hey, here we go. She's 6 foot.
Wow!
Oh, they've done it again. Wow.
That
They
was
did that with the Madrid
shooting instinct. That was close. So what they've done, if you look here, we noticed the goalkeeper on the line.
Well, they did it against Madrid. They did it against Madrid, and it went in. But she just mistimed it. Oof. Just didn't dip enough, did it?
That was good. That was good.
But yeah, do you know she is 6'1.5"?
Who is?
The French the Lyon goalkeeper, the Chilean goalkeeper.
So basically, Wendy Renard's taller than her.
No, by half an inch. Wendy Renard's 6'2", and she's 6'1.5". So I mean that's as tall as some men's keepers. So that's
imagine her next to Mary Earps.
Imagine her against Sophie Bagley.
Ain't Sophie Bagley like 5'4"?
I mean, I'm just looking at it now, and
and there's 2 more substitutes coming on for Barcelona now as well.
Martens and I was going to say, I wonder how tall. David De Gea is only 2 inches taller. He's 6'4".
Wow.
Oh, what's he banning about? Oh, it's going to be so interesting. So, what are the subs that have come on?
Martin was one.
Oh, do you reckon she's pulled something because the way she had to stretch for that?
Yeah, I think so. Martens has come on as one of the substitutes for Barcelona, so that's interesting. I think she might be okay though. I can't see her not being injured.
Yeah, I mean they're doing the sort of traditional cramp thing there, but it's a bit early for that. It might be a bit allows the team to regroup a little bit, doesn't it?
Yeah. Hey there, Rabbit. Yeah, don't sleep on Lyon. Correct. Andrew, whoa, Lyon pulled it off. They certainly have pulled it off, and there's still 30 minutes to go.
They're pulling it off, I suppose, to be
pulling,
technically we're not there yet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she scored in the 23rd minute, Andrew. 23rd minute she scored. Marta come off.
Yeah, that's interesting as well.
He's making quite bold substitutions today.
Yeah, no, he is. As I said, I just thought he put Pina on because I've sold her so much. He probably won't now, will he?
I know, because you have full on sold.
That's free. Is it free? Barca's had 3 substitutions, isn't he?
Yeah, 3 substitutions, so they got 2 left. Leon's only made the 1, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, so 60th minute gone as well. It's just interesting because, as I say, it's what's this about? What's she unhappy about there? He's bringing it back for some reason. I think we all know what she was saying there. I think it was "I don't give it," and then a letter of the alphabet to the referee.
A, B, C, D, E, F.
Oh, yeah. You just fall down. There you go. Yeah, because I don't know if the Finnish referee speaks French or Spanish, so maybe English is the one that they've ended up using.
No clue. Oh, come on.
Oh, possibly offside as she gets that. I know it's from the other side, from the inner and half. She's got to be offside from the inner half. Oh, offside.
Yeah.
I wonder if that wasn't offside, if that would have caused her a problem. She looks knackered. Look.
She does look knackered.
She's absolutely shattered. I'm not ragging on her. It's fine. You know, I couldn't do half what these referees do, but you're just not used to seeing somebody like really looking like they're looking forward to half time.
I do think, though, if that wasn't offside, it would have been a pen.
Oh, yeah, definitely. 100%.
It's just a shame it was offside, but I think they're making the goalkeeper substitution, Lyon.
They look like they're considering it, aren't they? Or is she sitting down again? Maybe it looked more serious than it would have been.
Oh no.
Is this what it's like when you do Man United watch-alongs? Like, oh no! And then
No. The last watch-along I done, which was the Brighton game, I did deflate me that much. I couldn't speak. I was that deflated by Man United. They deflated me that badly because we lost 4-0 against Brighton.
Yeah, well, yeah. This is it. Oh, you mean the men's, don't you? There, I'm thinking.
Andrew said I'm usually screaming at the TV. Yeah, hit the back, the netting. Yeah, Renard's in the team. Renard is in the team.
Yeah.
Maisy, I watched back. You were furious but flat. That was basically me. Andrew has literally confirmed my emotions in one sentence. I was furious and flat. That's what it gets for supporting Man United at times. To get deflated.
United have got one more. The men's have got one more game tomorrow, haven't they?
Crystal Palace.
Is Ten Hag going to be taking?
No, he'll be taking over in the summer. Ralph will be doing the last game, but apparently Ten Hag's going to be watching. Yellow card.
Let's see who for.
Lyon.
No, I mean I'll just wait for the player to come up who it is. He's interesting about the position I find with the cards as well.
You want kind of like more midfielders to have a yellow, wouldn't you? To be honest, yeah. I think she's a winger.
Yeah, not as bad as Barca with a defender on a yellow, but
so also, the forward players are more yellow. Got the yellows.
Does someone want to tell Barcelona that they're 3-1 down? And it's nearly 64, 65 minutes gone. And it looks like they feel like they've got more time than they actually have, I think.
I think they think that they got all night.
Ooh. Oh, a bit of a slice there by the keeper. I mean, there is always, less so because they're 2-0, obviously 2 clear goals at the moment, but there's always that problem, isn't there, of, if you do take players off to win the game, you have to have one eye on penalties as well. Because if you would say now that really, if you were Barcelona, your best chance would be to get it to 3-3 and take it to extra time. To answer Andrew's question, it's being played in Juventus' stadium in Turin.
Yeah.
Does that have a name? I don't know. Or is it one
Juventus
of those?
Stadium, I think it's just called. It's boring like the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium.
Oh,
that's what literally they've changed the stadium. So there used to be Whitehall Lane. And and they changed it to, they got a new stadium. Yeah. And they've called it the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. So this is just called the Juventus Stadium.
Yeah, I think, it's
boring.
It used to be Stadio de Alpi, but it's changed.
You want like a cool name, don't you, when you've got a stadium?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, let's be honest. I don't know if there's any Newcastle fans in
this is what the stadium's called.
Oh, the Allianz Stadium. Oh, isn't there an Allianz Stadium in bloody Bayern Munich as well? That's the Allianz as well, isn't it? The men's stadium.
You know what? There should be a stadium called the Maisy Stadium. That'd be nice. That would be a nice stadium.
Devil Stadium.
Halsey Stadium.
Yeah, interesting. Obviously, she's holding her head for a head injury, but I think you might see a bit more of this because it takes time off the clock.
Concussion sub, potentially. And if you have a concussion sub, they'll have one more extra sub to use.
There he is. Yeah, there he is. Me and Jonathan on the same page. How many time? And flapping his hands. So he's saying, are you adding time onto this, ref?
I think they're going to be making a substitute. I'm not too sure if it'll be a concussion one, though.
I've never seen that before. Lee, and then Summer, and then a dot, then O. Anyone who has to speak French? See, really, a ponytail hiding it.
I'm hoping Vincent can do it, considering he's
I mean,
in
look
the
at
pelvis.
the name when you see it again. It's weird. It's like le, and then a word, and then a full stop, and a 0 at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, if Barcelona are going to be the best of the best, they need to do it. As I said, I'm shocked that I think it's definitely going to be a problem if they're, which looks like they're going to be, if they're 3-1 down in 70th minute, because 20 minutes, any decent team can kill a game in 20 minutes. But what's Alexa doing? She's kind of pushing her off the pitch. She's not even her own player. She's like, come on. I didn't know she was like showing concern or something, but she's basically pushing her off to start the game. Is that professionalism for you?
It's like, get off this pitch.
Let's have a look.
Quick throw in mouth, Barcelona.
Wendy Renard looks angry. You're 3-1 up.
I know. You'd think it was her on the losing side, but that also shows leadership. Like, you're not satisfied no matter what.
Yeah, I mean, there's a very old, even before my time, but I've seen it on documentaries and stuff. There's a very old interview with Sir Alex when he won the Scottish Cup with Aberdeen. And even though he won it, he was like, oh, we were very lucky. We played terrible. It was really weird. You wouldn't expect anyone to say that. So I just wonder if she's the same. She'd be like, oh, we were very lucky. Oh, yeah. It's weird because I can't really think of any chances that each side have had this half. Yeah. But it's not been boring either. It's just kind of, they're just kind of like a bit sort of like, again, just sort of feeling each other out. But again, Earth to Barca, you're 3-1 down with just over 20 minutes left plus stoppage time.
Exactly, and the passing, they're awful. The passing's absolutely awful. Andrew, who you wanted to sign? Is it Wendy Renard you wanted to sign? I think I'm presuming that.
Is there any chance to sign her? Probably not, because it's probably a little bit too rich for our blood, unfortunately, when it comes to United. And I know she's re-signed, I think, Wendy. I think she was out of a contract.
No, because I think she was looking at, I think she was near enough signing for another club, and then she didn't in the end. It broke down. But I don't know if she's extended her contract at Lyon, I think she's actually out of contract.
There you go. Wendy Renard signs 4-year contract extension with Lyon.
Wow.
So she's finishing a career there at 32.
It's very rare you see a 4-year contract, though, being done. It's normally like a 2+1, isn't it?
He's probably thinking, damn, if I would have waited until we won the Champions League after this performance, I could have got a lot more.
I hope you're enjoying the game as well, the German Cup final. What's the score at the moment for that? It's Leipzig who's playing. Pretty good team, actually.
Ooh. We're not even on Twitter because obviously we're doing this, but apparently there is a Barcelona meltdown going on Twitter, so that should be quite amusing for later.
Barcelona meltdown, that does not surprise me whatsoever. That really does not surprise me. You know what Barcelona's like.
Oh, here we go again.
They finally made that substitute.
Who? Oh, Le, whatever her name is. Maybe she was... Can you see that? See the full stop at the end? It's weird. Le and then Sommer .0. Is that O?
Here's a good question from Lanzel. Do you think Brun stays after watching today? And I think that's... The thing is, I actually don't think she will have that game time if she does stay. With the squad how they are, I don't think she fits into a permanent starting 11. She'd be coming on as like a 10-minute substitute.
I mean, I think, to be honest, whatever happens today, it's not going to affect with England Brun. I think she might stay at Lyon now, only because the way that she's gone back early, irrespective of that weird tweet from from United saying, just because it's easier, we've let Honor and Zingler do that. I'm not really buying that personally. But yeah, I mean, could she go somewhere else? But the problem is, you can get away with a loan when you're early on in your career, and she is early on in her career. But if you're essentially, she played for, she had a cup of coffee at PSG for a very short period of time.
Yeah.
And she ended up at Lyon. She's not really playing for them. Ended up at United. If they then loaned her out to somebody else in Germany or God knows what, she's almost like past the parcel. At some point, you want to say, well, I want to be developed. I want to play at a team. You don't want to be sort of like just passing through. Well, I work for Lyon, but I've never played for them kind of situation. So it'd be interesting to see.
Exactly. Hi, I like coffee. I hope you're well. Thank you for tuning in. Do you know what, though? I do think, though, with Brunt, I think she will actually be loaned out again. I don't think she'll be loaned out, though, to Manchester United. I think that she'll probably be loaned out to a Champions League club.
Yeah, well, yeah, but then you have the chance of meeting them then, don't they? And that's always a bit awkward. So maybe it would be, maybe if anything, it gives a slight likelihood that we get it back if we're not in the Champions League. And, we don't want to see ourselves as a development club because we're not. But if you look at the way we developed Honor over 2 seasons, if I was Lyon, I'd probably be quite happy for her to come back to United. But she got injured. Whether or not that injury is down to her or perceived as bad facilities is another thing as well.
Well, she didn't pick it up while she was playing. It's obviously been picked up during training or something.
Exactly. Now, I just had a quick look in the group and looking at a tweet that came up, I assume for the first goal. Obviously, an expert in women's football here, Cautious Dave, states a goals are proportionally too big for women. That's why women's keepers often flounder at shots in the top corner. Well, I didn't know Emma Hayes had an alternative Twitter account. No, I disagree massively. And even if it's true, what's the alternative? I'd rather have worldy goals than 0-0 snooze fest or 1-0 snooze fest.
It doesn't even matter how they scored, though, does it? A tap in, getting it off your bumhole. It doesn't matter. Like, a goal's a goal at the end of the day, isn't it?
Well, this is it. But to actively try and almost reduce the number of worldies, which is essentially the thing that they're alluding to there, why would you try and do that? It happens in the men's game as well. You do get these fantastic goals, don't you?
Yeah.
No one says, well, we need to reduce that from happening.
Barcelona was close to making it 3-2. Very, very close.
Yeah, very close. Is that my yes? It's my substitution. Thank you, Jonathan.
Yeah, Pina is coming on for you at last.
Appreciate it. There we go. Now, if she does score 2, I'm going to look like I know what I'm talking about, and I don't. But look at her. She's tiny. But honestly, wait till you see her speed is something to be seen.
Andrew said 4 corner goals in a few games from Zelland did make me think, though.
Yeah. I mean, we'll just have to see for next season. Next season, a bit of a trick shot.
If she can do a party trick again. Free kick again for Lyon. We're just giving away silly free kicks now. Ridiculous.
I wonder how tall Sandra Panos actually is as well. As we're just dealing with my little friend on Twitter.
How would you describe Neelan?
Should know it's on my. There we go. It's on my sticker.
Free kick taken by Lyon.
Ooh.
It's gone wide, and Renard actually had to touch on that, but it's going to be a goal kick.
Yeah, she's 5'6.5", so she's a little bit smaller. But again, for the women's game, it's not too bad.
No, it's average height. possession, Barcelona's at 57% possession. Lyon has had 42% possession. But that doesn't matter, of course, because they've played brilliant counter-attacking football.
Well, it's the old adage, isn't it? At the end of the day, the most important stat is the one on the top left-hand corner.
Exactly, the goal.
Yeah.
Possession means nothing when you're losing.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
I won't be, Andrew, watching the NBA final. Never watched it. What was you going to say?
Right. So again, we in a crick of the flash, it's gone from 70th minute to 77th minute, and we're still 2-0 down. Yeah.
Yeah. Lanzala said, England hardly plays for Barca is crazy for me. Not sure she's injured. And Bovisa, how the play is class. Bovisa plays the 6.
Yeah, she plays. I think we said, how class she is when she plays, and she does play for Norway. So it'd be good to see her this Euros. See, there's definitely a thing going on with Lyon now where I think Jonathan's aware of it, where they are every time they get tackled, they are slowing it down as much as they can.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, look at her. She's tiny against Pina's tiny against her, and she's sitting down for half an hour.
Andrew's asked us a question about offside queen.
Yeah, you kind of neck him a joke there. I was going to say, is Ellen White still got it? I mean, what do you mean by being missed offside?
Is she a guaranteed starter for England? I think she probably will be starting a lot. I really do. I think it'll be Russo who's coming off the bench.
Well, it depends. I mean, it really does depend. I've seen her do it both ways with Serena Wegman. I was pretty happy with Serena, but then she's given it large, making it sound like Steph Houghton could get a game in the Euros, which, in my opinion, would just be a complete X factor decision. It's not. It's a tournament. It's
Jonathan's got a yellow card.
I was saying that they're milking it, aren't they? That's what he's doing. Yeah, you like to see that, though. I mean, I'd rather have my coaching staff on a yellow at the end of the day because it shows that they're passionate about it.
Yeah. Andrew says she doesn't even she can't even run. You know what? Bunny Shaw has replaced her for sitter. Bunny Shaw's been getting a lot more games, and that really speaks levels on Ellen White.
Technically, Jill Scott is unattached. Remember now, she's been kicked away. She's left City, and no one even knows.
But she still gets into the England provisional squad.
Right, here we go. Right, this is it. Oh.
Yeah, as I was going to say, has Ellen White still got it? I actually don't think she does. I really don't.
There's a substitution. Again, lots of strap on her right knee, though.
Yeah. I know a few players have got that, haven't they? The strap.
As I say, all I can think of is time of the year, isn't it? End of season.
Yeah, playing a lot of games.
If you're 85% fit, 90% fit, you're going to want to play on the Champions League final.
Mm-hmm.
Right, here we go from Barcelona. Now, if you get this in, you might even seen it already, but if you get this in, then it would change the game. Well, it's too long.
Andrew has said Jill Scott will get a job as a window cleaner since she's 6'4".
Well, I get the joke, but I think she's actually got. I think she started a cafe or a coffee company. That's why she's doing this pod about coffee with Jill Scott or something.
Oh yeah, I've heard about this.
I think she's got like money, or has maybe invested in a cafe. So can you imagine that? You get a panini and a coffee from Jill Scott in a few years. You'd be like, what the hell? Oh.
I wonder what coffee she might do. I wonder if she does frappes. Like them, do you know them frappe coffees?
Yeah, I'm sure she does. I think for this game, for Barcelona, they need one, and they need one quickly. And even then, it's going to be a push. If it gets to 85 minutes, we're done. If it gets to 85 minutes when it's still 3-1 down, that's the end of that.
I just feel like, in a way, they're not even attempting to get a second.
Well, it's kind of a bit like, it's modern football to an extent, isn't it? I mean, it's like to an extent, it's like our team where if you have to play one way, at the end of the day, sometimes you've got to just throw it up there when you're running out of time. And I'd rather, as I said, I'd rather lose by a couple more goals than sort of end up with a 3-1. Ooh,
another shot went wide.
That was a miss. That was a proper sliding doors moment. Yeah. Yeah, see, that's the exact time that you would want to have scored.
Yeah, exactly. It would have been the perfect opportunity, wouldn't it?
Right, come on then, Barca. You're going to have to really, really start hammering them now.
Imagine, though, to get like 3 goals.
I think even I'm being a bit of a dreamer, but the best option you would hope for is the 3-3 extra time from this point for Barcelona.
You really would.
What are they doing? See, they're just making it too complicated. Does that remind you of anybody? But they're just trying to walk it in. Oh.
That's the thing, like what I've said earlier on, they're not releasing quick enough.
Oh, Panos is half a mile. Oh, that's embarrassing. She hit a leg and it just lost half of that space that Sandra Panos got ball. It's gone very quickly as well. That's another thing.
Yeah, the game has gone really quick, hasn't it?
Oh, yeah, Lyon have just got this, I think, now.
I agree. And fair play to Lyon because they played brilliant.
Yeah, no, definitely. It's not the way I would have expected to have gone.
I thought it'd be much tighter.
I mean, maybe you never know. Maybe we got the score right. We just got the teams wrong. Maybe it'll end up 3-2.
True say. Another yellow card.
Yeah, they're starting to get them now. Yeah.
You get a lot more yellow cards, though, don't you, when it comes to the near the game? Even if you touch someone with your little pinky finger, you'll get a yellow card when it comes end of the game. Yeah, Lyon will be number 8 for their Champions League success. They're actually the only French club who's won the Champions League.
Yeah.
All 7 in France has been from Lyon. All 1 from Spain has been from Barcelona.
Yeah.
And even England's won 1. I think that was Arsenal who won that.
Yeah, Arsenal, yeah.
Arsenal's actually won a European trophy, guys. Let's not laugh at me more.
A while ago. I think Jill, and I've seen the images from it. I think Alex Scott lifted the trophy. That's how long ago it was.
Yeah.
She's pulled back there. I'll be interested to see. Maybe I'm looking a bit like VAR there, but she was definitely pulled back. But now she's given a free kick. There we go.
Mm-hmm.
Now she's going to be down for about half an hour. Is it outside the box? Yeah, it's outside the box. What is it? It's just the arm. I don't know if she gets pulled back by the arm. I might be trying to see what I want to see here a little bit. But...
Yeah. Wolfsburg has won the Champions League before as well, haven't they? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Yeah, thought so. It's a few good teams, though.
Yeah, I want to definitely pick up more European leagues, I think, next season.
Yeah, definitely. I'd love to actually go abroad and watch some games.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Barcelona would be the ideal one as well.
I was telling you about Sporting, though, didn't I? Their women's team, the cup final was only €1 for a ticket.
That's ridiculous, isn't it?
And that's what, like 50p here.
Yeah.
It's 70p or something like that.
Oh, can they make it interesting?
Corner for Barcelona. Nothing.
No, it's too far. Especially in the women's game, you don't get much from that sort of further when it's
too hard.
Yeah, when it gets too far over. Yeah, they're desperate for a penalty because the way they keep falling over, but they're not.
But they can't keep doing that.
Oh, he's out of his box again. I wonder if they're going to set. I wonder if they're going to send him off. The coach, because he's out of his area. He's nearly on the pitch, kicking off.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Barcelona need to be a lot quicker now. I know it's only 87 minutes, but 3-2 defeat won't be as bad as a 3-1 defeat.
Champions League final, though, it's still going to hurt, isn't it?
It will hurt, of course it will hurt, but that was a silly shot.
Yeah, what was that? It was really slow as well. But it is that game management, in the top teams of, adding a few minutes. She could have caught that, but it was slightly longer for her to let it bounce off her chest. Just add in the 10% extra and start building the time. I mean, obviously Lyon have won this now, I think.
Yeah, they have won it, 100%. They have won it. Fair play to them, though. Fair play. Can't discredit them.
It's been an interesting game. It's been a good game as well.
It's been an enjoyable game, that's for sure. You could just imagine the atmosphere that actually there, how good it'd be.
Oh, completely. And it's always, it's definitely better to have it in a men's stadium. It is a Champions League. Need to build it up as much as they built up some of the leagues in Europe.
I agree. It's just pointless shots now, isn't it?
Yeah, they've just given up, I think. Yeah, that goalkeeper as well. I mean, they're probably not used to playing against goalkeepers that are so tall.
Yeah, because she is a very tall goalkeeper. Very tall. And don't forget, with Wendy being so tall as well and very well physically built, that's going to affect Barcelona too.
Yeah, 100%. Actually, how much added time do you think?
I think it might be 3-4 minutes.
Yeah, there's been a lot of subs as well, hasn't there?
Yeah.
Yeah, Barcelona they've lost their heads now, I think.
Yeah, they're just making silly fouls, silly shots.
And she's on a yellow number 4 as well for Barca. She's got to be careful.
Yeah. Because the last thing you want is to get sent off in a Champions League final. 7 minutes. Wow.
maybe the president of Barcelona's got a few euros left in his bank account. 7 minutes.
Guy's bankrupt.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, it's like, Jesus, if it actually was extra time, it's 15 minutes each way. That's almost like half a bit of extra time just because Barcelona are losing. Come on, then, make it interesting. No. Oh, no, she's got 2 underneath it. All it means is that the person who gets to inscribe the word Lyon on the trophy gets to take a bit longer.
True. They might just take a little bit more time, engraving it.
Yeah, maybe the engraver's actually happier that it's Lyon. It's a bit quick. It's a bit easier, isn't it? Lyon than FC Barcelona.
Yeah, it's just quicker.
I know they'd have to do the whole Olympic Lyonnais, so I bet they're actually like, damn it, Barca. It'd be the full title, wouldn't it?
Oh, come on. Oh, it's going to be a throw-in anyway. Yeah, Barcelona fans ain't happy. They ain't happy, they're shouting. Just like what we're like with Skinner when we're losing.
Yeah, I'm like with Skinner as well. By our own side sometimes. See, who's there?
The difference is you can't discredit their substitutes.
Yeah.
You can't say, you're not made substitutes.
Oh, there you go. What a friend of the show is Nat saying there. Apparently, that Man United players are there, unless you mean Sting LeBron. But it's good that they can learn.
That is true. Yeah, we need that kind of mentality, don't we, to in the team, to be honest. Hey there, Foxer. I hope you're well. Yeah, it has been. I thought the game was going to be very tight, very narrow, but Lyon has been great, very dominant. Just Barcelona hasn't been clinical enough in the final third, but I hope you're well too, Foxer.
I just don't even know why they're not. They don't even look like they're trying to win it. You'd expect them to sort of,
You'd think, though, when it says 7 minutes additional time, you'd be like, oh, yes, 7 minutes. I'll try and get 2 goals.
I mean, it's funny, as I say, if you want to watch the mainland Europe League's After Sports app is free, and you can see a lot of the French league, the Italian league, and the Spanish league, and obviously you see the quality of it by watching Lyon.
Well, exactly. PSG, though, is another good side, though, in the French league.
Yeah, and apparently the PSG ultras for the men's have literally just come over to the women's. Whoa, what was that from Lyon? That was a heck of a challenge.
It was.
Yellow, is it? Yeah, it looks like it's yellow, isn't it?
Ooh.
Jeez. Any remind me what teams France are in their group in the Euros, Maisy?
Group D.
No, but the other teams in their group.
Oh, Belgium, Italy, Iceland.
Yeah, I think they're going to walk that. But as I say, if I was any of those national team coaches, I'd be watching this.
Should I actually get the group stages up?
Van der Donk's there as well. Obviously not getting
but
on.
She'll be in a different... I think she's in Group C, though.
What's going on here? Oh, time.
Group A is England, Austria, Norway, Northern Ireland. Group is Germany, Denmark, Spain, Finland. Group C is Netherlands, Sweden, Switzerland, Portugal. And Group D is France, Italy, Belgium, Iceland.
Yeah. Portugal's an interesting one because people might not realise, who follow more the men's game, that Portugal is very much a developing team in the women's game. They're not like the Portugal men's side.
Yeah. Yeah, they are. They're quite a young team, aren't they? Quite a young team, this Portugal team. I actually am looking forward to watching Portugal in the Euros because I don't really know many Portugal players.
I don't know any of them. Yeah.
I think one of them's an Arsenal player, and I can't remember.
Well, we need to wait for the stickers. It'll tell you at least what clubs they play for.
Oh yeah. Because do you know what was so shameless though with that book is that they've left it completely blank.
I know.
And I think they should have really left the sticker book until, of course, Portugal were through.
Yeah, and it's a shame for the Russian players, obviously, because the difference between the country and the players, obviously, they work very hard to get there. But obviously, I understand why they're not included.
Yeah, I definitely do see that, but then it's kind of like, in a way, like that sticker book is trying to show that they're a bit irrelevant, aren't they? Portugal.
Yeah. Oh, it comes in. See, yeah, she's going to get that all day.
Exactly. But yeah, got 1 more minute left.
But as I say, I don't know why I'm watching it so intently because they've still got to score 2 goals in 60 seconds, which isn't going to happen.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's interesting. It just shows, form takes you so far, but then there is just belief and the ability to manage a game.
Exactly. And I feel like, in a way, Lyon has really, really studied this Barcelona team.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, 100%.
That was lucky there from Barcelona that it wasn't 4-1.
Yeah, 4-1 would be embarrassing now. At least the history books don't look too bad at 3-1. 4-1, it obviously makes it sound completely different. Yeah, last few seconds now, I think.
Yeah, it's gonna blow the final whistle in a minute now.
Oh, they're gonna. Oh, the consolation goals are even worse. Oh, is that offside? Oh no, they're not giving it. Well, they just stopped, and now it's offside. You just stand.
Nah, they've just stopped the. They've just stopped the game.
That's it. Yeah, that's that. I mean, obviously, congratulations to Lyon. It looks when someone needs to tell Wendy Renard that they won because it looks like she looks devastated.
Oh, Chloe's in the chat. She's upset.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's official. Lyon Champions League winners of 21-22.
But as I say, you know, it's only the first season of their manager. That's going to be a hell of a motivation for them, especially because they've done the league at a canter. I would say you're going to get a really strong Barcelona team now, even stronger next season. There's rumours that they're going to get Honor, obviously from us, who's a top-class defender. It really wouldn't want to be the case, but if it is, they're going to strengthen in all areas. And, you know, it could just be, you know, sort of chapter one of a famous rivalry at the end of the day. Hedenberg, I think, as I said, has reminded everybody to watch the Euros in summer. Norway is a completely different idea with Hedenberg than without Hedenberg, and I think it's going to be interesting to see Barca next season.
Yeah, exactly. We'll wrap it up here now. How did you find the game for you?
Well, it's obviously great fun being on here. Brilliant watching it, you know, chatting about it with a good mate like yourself. Yeah. I think the game is interesting. The game went really quickly, and as I said, almost as quick as when you're in the stadium, which is cool. I think it was a good game. I think, you know, we always knew there'd be goals. We thought maybe that the goals might be spread out a little bit more between teams. There you go. There's my mate doing the engraving. Yeah, a full Olympic Lyonnais. He's thinking, damn, it's a full thing. Look, you can see.
Yeah, it is.
Good job he's got a stencil there. He's like, yeah. Look at her. That's that Ellie Carpenter who came off. See her leg.
Oh, bless her.
Yeah, it could be.
It's nothing too serious.
Yeah, well, she's Australian. If you're going to get injured, I suppose, and nobody ever wants an injury, the World Cup's next year. So, you know, there's nothing really for the Australians have had their Asia Cup earlier in the year. But yeah, been a great game. Been really good, I think, to watch. Exciting game. I say double interesting for me because I'm thinking about the teams that they, you know, the national teams that they play for. So I'm thinking, right, it'd be great to see on live. I'm getting dead excited to see her now. Wendy Renard, obviously already knew that seeing Spain live, Alexi and Hermoso and Pina is going to be great. So I'm starting to sort of move more towards the Euros. What about you?
Yeah, for me, I do feel like Lyon was absolutely brilliant. I've not watched too much of Lyon, so I'm interested to see more about them. Probably watch a bit more of them next season. They played great, even though they didn't have the possession. They was very clinical in the spaces they had. Henri was absolutely amazing for me. Probably the man of the match there for player of the match for Lyon. Absolutely outstanding. Renard was very good in her interceptions, into her tackling as well. Just felt like Barcelona just couldn't do enough in the game.
But they're a young team, even though they've got some top-class players. As I said, it could be, you know, what a great advert for everyone to watch women's football and European football next season. And, you know, as you say, both of them, I watched as much Lyon previously. I definitely would be more interested in watching now, and I've seen them obviously win.
Yeah, exactly. I'm definitely going to watch more of them. And Chloe said it was a very good game, and Lyon was very strong today. So
yeah, she's a big Barca fan, so that's hard for her to say. So we'll both check on her when we've ended the stream.
We will. Andy, thank you so much for coming on. It's been great. It's a pleasure as always to have you on.
But it's been great, and it's just exactly what I needed today. So I really appreciate it.
Oh, you're welcome. Would you like to shout out your socials?
Yeah, just obviously Andy Owen. That's my name. Even at AJO_87 there, which is my personal Twitter, but it gets more and more with Man United Women and Women's Football content these days.
Yeah, I'll be next live tomorrow. I'll be doing my first episode of the player profile. I've got a Nottingham Forest fan coming on to discuss about James Gardner. I'll be then live on Monday to discuss about Chong. And we've got the Premier League quiz on Wednesday with Keaton. So stay tuned for that. And if you are interested in joining the Champions League quiz, what will start in 2 weeks' time, give us a message and we will get something arranged. Thank you so much for watching. Hit that like button. And if you're new, smash the subscribe button as well. I'll see you all tomorrow. Goodbye for now.
Goodbye.